Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the benefits. This is section number 1 of the reseller training, okay, about the benefits of being a reseller. Number 1, you don't have to put up the money to have a distribution center, a warehouse. All you're doing is reselling, meaning you're getting the purchase order, from one entity and you're bidding. We're going to talk about bids in just a second, and then you're getting product from someone else and you're making a percentage in the middle. So why would you want to do that is the government, and we'll get into the government in section number 2, so we're kind of going backwards, but the government has bids. These bids are also called RFQs, request for quote. And what they're looking for is they're looking for a quote by a certain date for a product and or service. It could be computers, it could be medical equipment, it could be construction equipment, all different lamps, you name it. They buy everything. So they've got bids already. So you don't have to go out there and sell. You don't have to be proactive and pick up the phone and cold call or email somebody. They already have solicitations called RFQs, request for quote, out there that you have to bid. Now, they're going to go by what's called LPTA in most cases, LPTA. That stands for lowest price technically acceptable. So again, we're going to have these requests for quote on website like sam.gov. And by the way, there's on-demand videos and templates and guides about that, but this is the reseller training. So we've got requests for quote by the government, and they're looking for the lowest price. And they will say in that RFQ, you must sell us brand new equipment, which may include manufacturer warranty. Now, the other benefits, let's move on, to being a reseller is the drop shipping from the distributor. In other words, you don't have to have the product come to your office. If you have an office, you might work from home like most of us. You don't have to have, you could drop ship straight from New Jersey to Virginia, straight from Las Vegas to Miramar, where they film Top Gun. You can drop ship and say to your sales rep, hey, send this to Seattle for me. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we're drop shipping from Las Vegas to Seattle. All it is ground shipping, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. The next piece here, that we want to have credit. This is very important that you have good credit so you can buy from the distributor at a lower price that you're selling to the government that you responded to an RFQ with the lowest price. Okay, what is the market size? Right now, as we speak, it is May 1st. We have a budget of $1.2 trillion from a couple weeks ago all the way to September 30th. So we have $1.2 trillion being spent in the federal government until the end of September. So that's the end of the third quarter. Okay, order size. Let's talk about that, and then we'll move on to the next video. The order size is usually much larger. The government's going to buy 50, 100 units, 500 units. They're not going to buy 1 or 2. So you've got to be prepared to have the credit, okay, the credit to pay your distributor. The distributor is going to give you net 30 terms, and then you're going to sell to the government. You're going to invoice the government, get paid, and then pay the distributor and keep the difference, okay? The order size is going to be much larger. So make sure to have your credit, all your ducks in a row with that. Margin, I do want to talk about that. We want to do, our philosophy here at GovBidPro is doing volume of bids and volume of deals. The margin tends to be a little bit thinner. We're talking about 5 to 10, maybe 15% on the high side, usually closer to below 10%, depending on the product. I'll put a little asterisk on there. It depends on product, okay? And then also make sure to check out your RFQs so you understand that government wants not only the product, but the installation and the warranty and the training. Make sure that you quote the RFQ correctly, all right? We're gonna move on to the next video that's below here, and we're gonna talk about the US government and why they're such a great market for resellers.